welcome back to Brick Gaming YGO. I'm back here today with another deck profile, and this is a little bit of a Halloween deck profile, you could say. Yesterday I did a video shoot for Zombies versus Dragonlink, and today I'm going to give you my version of Zombies. So please like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, you definitely should. I've been making new content. I've been coming out with different deck profiles and doing tons of different stuff. I take requests, anything like that. So definitely consider subscribing. The goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of next year. So please help me out in that goal and subscribe. Now let's get right into this. First off, for the main deck, I play 3 Shiranui Solitaire. This is just for consistency. You want to see this card as much as possible, just because basically full combo. If you see this card, it's really nice to see it. Next is triple Unizombie. Unizombie is really good. It's basically the same thing as Solitaire, but you grab this guy off of Solitaire, so it's a lot better when you do that. But this card is also really good and really solid. Next, I play 3 Glow Up Blooms. I think I could cut this down to 2 copies, but I think 3 is still pretty good, especially with the build that I decided to go with. So I really like that 3 for this particular build. 2 Necroworld Banshees. Once again, another really good card. Just really helps out with consistency by getting Zombie World. Then 2 Balderrock. Balderrock is an amazing card. Just puts in tons of work into the deck. Deals with a lot of stuff, helps you get more negates, so it's additional negate plus a banish. Both of them you can use in the same turn, which is really nice for this deck. Next, I play 1 Fallen and 1 Jacobulin to round out the last of the ratios. Both of these cards are also really good. Fallen just protects you from attack damage and from basically your guys getting destroyed. And then Jacobulin just prevents your opponent from playing Yu-Gi-Oh!, which is also really cool. Then play 2 copies of Mizuki. I think 2 is correct. I don't think you need 3 because it can become a brick at 3. And if you play 1, the only way you're going to get back is usually off of Omega, unless you decide to go with Chaos Zombies, which I can definitely do a deck profile for Chaos Zombies, but just 2 Mizukis I feel like is pretty standard. Next, I play 1 copy of Gozuki. Gozuki is really good. Just gets you that additional mill, really nice to see, and can reborn, or not reborn, but special summon a zombie from your hand by banishing 1 other zombie card from your graveyard. Next is the Danger Package, and for Danger Package I play 1 Nessie, 1 Sook, and 1 Jackalope because they're all at 1, so you can't really play more copies. I wish you could play more copies of these, but those days are long gone. But definitely really good as consistency to deck and get some of the bricks out of your hand. Then I play 2 Mothman and a Chupacabra. Now you could of course play Bigfoot and Thunderbird, but I decided not to play them. I think if I had more room in the deck, I would play them, but that's just the lineup I'm playing for right now. Then for the spells, I play 3 Zombie World and a Terraforming. Just consistency, you want to see Zombie World as much as possible. Zombie World is the card that makes this deck amazing and makes basically all your plays a lot better. Then I play triple Allure. I think Allure is really good, just adds more consistency. And I decided to go with Allure over Hand Traps and the Danger Package over Hand Traps. You could of course play Hand Traps in this deck, such as Ash Blossom, Valor, Nibiru. But I think in this particular build, since you're trying to go first as much as possible, I would just keep it as is and then side in Hand Traps if you're going to go second. But that's just my own personal view. I think Hand Traps are just better going second with this deck. So yeah. Then play 3 Super Poly. Super Poly is really good in this current format. There are so many cards you can hit that just make this card really good. And it's really good against Dragoon decks. It's really good against Dragonlink. It's good against pretty much everything right now, in my opinion. So definitely have to max out, and I'll get into my Super Poly targets at the end. But let's just say that Zombie World makes Super Poly 1,000 times better. Then I play 1 copy of Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial just get stuff engraved, really nice. 1 copy of 1 for 1, just get into your Glow Up Bloom faster. 1 copy of Monster Reborn, also super nice, just get Monster back. And then 1 copy of Call by the Grave, which is a really good card. Even though it shouldn't be at 1, it should definitely be at 3. But you know how Konami is. Gotta sell this triple tactics. But that's basically the spell lineup. And then getting to the traps, I just play 3 Rivalry of the Warlords. And then for side decking, I would just throw in 3 Solemn Judgments as another option for going first. Now getting into the extra deck, I play 1 Wing Karibo. Really strong card. Just good with Glow Up Boom. 1 Anima, once again, if your opponent makes mistakes, this just allows you to capitalize on your opponent's mistakes, and it's super nice. Then for the Wing 2s, I play 2 copies of Vampire Suckers. If I play Pot of Extravagance, I would definitely play 3, but I do not play the Extravagance build, so my ratios are a little bit different, but 2 Vampire Suckers. Then I play 1 Barricade Borg Blocker. I know this card's a little bit outdated for most decks to be playing right now, but it just gives you protection to Zombie World from like Twin Twisters or anything that would destroy it. So I think this is strong in that respect. Then moving on to the Nightmare package, I play 1 Phoenix and 1 Unicorn, just spot removal, super nice. Just gets cards that you can't deal with normally off the board. Then play 1 copy of Access Code. Just access code your opponent and you're basically looking at GG pretty quickly. Then for the Synchros, I play 1 copy of Dawn Dragster, just because if you don't use Unizombie and you have any other level 4, this card's super nice. 1 copy of Cyframe Lord Omega. This is just a staple in this deck, just an easy staple. 1 Borrowload Savage Dragon. This card might come up more if I was playing the whole Halki Fibrax combo, but I think it's really good even mid-game or even late game, just because it adds that negate, and if you're in a simplified format, or not format, but a simplified game state, this card feels super good. 1 copy of Ravenous, Croco Dragon, Archithus. Yeah, I can pronounce Yu-Gi-Oh cards. This card is also really good, in my opinion. Just gets you a free draw, quick effect pop stuff. Really nice card. It doesn't come up as much as I would like it to, but when it does come up, it's just a GG card, which is super nice. Then finally, I play 1 copy of Mud Dragon. Mud Dragon is super good. 1 copy of Starving Venom, also super good. So these are just 2 generic Super Poly targets. Mud Dragon is really good in this format. It just deals with a lot of cards. Also, Starving Venom deals with Dragoon decks. And then finally, Dragon Necro, which with Zombie World on the field, everything becomes zombie, so it just deals with anything, literally anything. Now you can of course change around these ratios. I think in this deck you could definitely add in 1 more Dragon Necro if you really wanted to. I only play 1 just because one target for each copy of Super Poly, just depending on in case one day you have to use 3 Super Polys in a duel. And I've experienced people using 3 Super Polys on me before, and it's not very fun. So if you're able to do it, oh man, you're having a good time. Your opponent does not get to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's basically the deck profile. As I mentioned before, for side decks, I would just go with hand traps and 3 copies of Solemn Judgment. Also, probably Dark Ruler No Mores would be in the side deck at this particular format, and maybe Twin Twisters or Cosmic Cyclones for some spell and trap removal. So I would go just basically 2 or 3 copies of Dark Ruler No More, 3 copies of whatever spell or trap removal you want to have in your deck, 3 copies of Solemn Judgment, and then just fill out the rest with the best hand traps for the format. I feel like the best for this deck would be 3 Ash, 3 Nibiru, and then probably 3 Lancia maybe. I think that would probably be the best. Now, of course, you can mess around with those ratios, change things up, but that's just my own personal opinion. If you guys like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, definitely consider doing so. It would really help out me, my ability to grow, and help out the future of the channel. So definitely consider doing that, and I will see you guys all in the next video.